it's very rare that people are used to seeing you.
Yeah.
It's very rare that they'll want to pay to go look at your face. You understand?
That's a fact.
And that's not hate.
That's a fact.
These people see you
Yeah.
and they feel like they've known you.
We know her.
Yes.
Yeah.
They gain access, maybe.
Yeah.
When they come to buy Archer, they see me. They buy Archer from me sometimes. So, why would they want to pay? You understand? So, that is your job. That is like that. Your selling point needs to start there. The question that should be asked is, before Reta Choir, promoter which for me, I'd be legitimized saying why because I have earned the stripes to ask that kind of question. Salah was really disheartened by him as a promoter, having met young hip-hop artists that were, I don't know, for lack of a better word, that were complaining about how the game is treating them. And then he says, but a lot of them are not open to having open conversations about it. Instead, you end up getting disrespected by young kids.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Kay the Black China. Welcome to another beautiful episode of Kutong Musical. I am your host Karamaima, Kay the Black China. And I do not write solo today. I've got the awesome, the wonderful, the ground shaking. You know, I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Mr. TJ.
Hey, how's it? Thank you for having me. TEEJAY Omar, singer, songwriter, and performer.
You took my lines. Now he's taking my lines.
That's basically what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And
welcome to Kutong Musical.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It's been a long time. Yeah, it's been a minute. So he is a singer, a songwriter, and entertainer. He does the things that cannot be done within the music industry. Mr. TEEJAY Omar, I'm going to ask you a series of questions just to get to know you, to get to understand the artist behind the music. This is what Kutong Musical is all about. Getting to know you as a person, not just the performer, but then getting to know you personally. Right? So, just for a really icebreaker, who are you and with the Kutong members? Who are you and tell me your background as artist Kutong. How is that about?
Controversial term, artist democracy.
Controversial.
Very controversial. Look, I started singing before I knew I was singing. At the risk of exposing age, in the late 90s, I started catching the bug of music. Obviously, seeing people around me singing. And having had sung in the boys' choir, primary, beating to it, by the way, because back then corporal punishment was a thing.
It was.
So I was corporally punished into a choir.
Oh my god!
And then I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
The bug hit me when I got to high school. Some of my mates wanted to do other things, and I kept the music. In matric, I was like, okay, choir. Sharp. But now, what happens now? Then I fell in love with rewriting other people's music lyrics. And then I was like, okay, the rhymes they too are so these are schemes, that's that. Then I was like, okay. Self-taught, I was like, okay, I think I can write a song. Then I wrote something, a classmate of mine, we dabbled a bit, and then I found out, okay, I can write music. Sharp. And then we went. And then obviously, like any other starting something, you firstly get it wrong. Sometimes you get it horribly wrong. Some people get it so wrong that they quit.
Unfortunately.
So look, I call myself the king of almost.
Like it.
You know, I'm the king of almost. I've almost gotten almost everything.
Yeah.
So, but I'm addicted to failing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds.
When I fail, it says
Get up
I
and
have
do
a
it
shot
again.
I have a shot again tomorrow.
Okay.
I failed today. I have a shot again tomorrow. Maybe I'll be known as the biggest failure of all time. You know, but
I understand.
yeah.
Totally.
So I fail forward. That's another thing. And I've been in groups. I sang with groups, and then I felt like, okay, the energy is not the same, the fire is not the same, the passion is not the same. I move.
It's not for me, that one.
Look,
Yeah.
if we're not putting in the same energy, I move.
Then you go.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
Growing up in Kutong, you'd have instances where you are misunderstood, obviously, because it wasn't a thing here.
Definitely.
You know, semi-rural area, smaller Nyana town, Kagwa, Soweto. In fact, Sowetans we're like a common kept secret.
Exactly.
Like
yeah,
you have to over explain.
Yeah, not many new culture reveal. Yeah.
Not many still
don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, they just know that
it's
small town from the west.
Something at the shoe of Gauteng.
Yeah, Gauteng.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's understandable coming from such a place of being misunderstood. And then thinking, I'm gonna fight this. I like the fact that you said that you're addicted to failure.
Yeah.
Because what is success actually without failure? Number one, point one. How are you gonna be able to say I'm successful without being able to fail in the first place?
If you hit it once and you win, is it really worth it?
It's not.
Saying it's successful.
It's not. Yeah, I'm a shortcut, but hey, school messing is yeah. Well, so you are one of the biggest, and I mean the biggest artists in Carltonville right now. You have never slept on yourself ever. Personally, knowing him, I have a faith to he's a whole mood. The energy is always there. Everything he's just J. The way that you see him, that's TEEJAY Omar for you. So being one of the biggest right now in Mirafong, right, and having to work with such big people from outside, how was it like having to promoters? Because you know, most promoters don't take a local artist so seriously. But then now you're moving from Carltonville, and then now you're there in the big stages. You have your Prince KBs that you work with, your Chima Musics that you work with. Should I go on? The list is very long. But yeah, you have such people that you work with, and then obviously give out to one of promoters. So how did that come about for Owena? How did you finyella through those promoters? Because what I know is that not all promoters take local artists very seriously. So how was that for you?
Look, for the longest time, music was a treasure, still is a treasure, but now it's a different treasure because thanks to those lessons, those small anyana lessons and those big L's that you get along the way through failing, you meet people that tell it to you like it is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of artists have got like a sensitive chest. It trips a lot.
Hey,
you know? So somebody told me to, yes, when you when we sensationalize it, we're saying I'm the music and the music is me, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, but it's nice as a tagline. But the reality of it is that music is a business. You understand?
Definitely.
So you start treating your music as a business, it will reward you as any business would reward any good businessman.
Yes, definitely.
So
definitely.
if you make a song and the people you're making it for say the song is bad, you can't tell them, no, now you're 18. Hey, obviously I don't care about your beat. Like, you're making this song for these people. You understand?
Yeah.
And I was woken up to the fact that being talented does not mean anything if all the right elements are not put in. You understand? Like, you can have the most delicious lamb shank from the butcher.
Yes.
if the right ingredients are not thrown in and it's not well cooked, it's just lamb shank.
It's just the lamb shank, not the nice lamb shank. Yeah.
It's just a lamb shank. So talent without all these other factors, your discipline, your teamwork, your support, and support comes, you see, the reason why, now I'm about to say things.
Say
The
it,
reason why
want you
I don't
there.
have a manager is because
Wait, you don't have a manager?
I don't have a manager. I don't have a manager. Used to, don't. Because a manager needs something to manage. You understand? So sometimes when I feel like I have nothing to offer, why torture somebody managing something that it's not there? You understand? Not that I've got nothing to offer, but there are seasons where I feel like, okay, me and him are fairly good people that are working hard, but there's nothing to work on.
The work is not there.
Yeah, so let me go back, reinvent, regroup, restructure myself, maybe even bidliza the whole house, look at the foundation, and then regroup, and then come back. There'll always be somebody willing to work with you if your work ethic and your discipline and how you carry yourself as a brand, Yeah, I believe in that. So coming to your promoter situation, promoters are businessmen. Nobody is in the music industry for fun. You understand? Especially those that are not musicians. They're here to take what's theirs, take the pie and leave. You understand? So I always tell my colleagues that I was presented with this question. I always used to moan, I'm not being supported, people don't love me, hey, I don't get books, hey. And then at the time it was a legitimate claim. I was genuinely crying
out there.
Yeah. And then, but somebody, there are people who are ballsy, right? And then this ballsy person says to me, okay, define support.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, support is buying my stuff, and music,
sales,
booking me, posting my things. It's like, okay, can you sell me anything? I had nothing to sell.
Fair question.
I had nothing to sell.
Fair.
You understand?
Fair.
Okay.
Very fair.
When you de-emotionalize it, it's a fair question. But if you're always a chest rapper, it's like our hater.
But that's what.
Yeah, these guys are full of you about naysayers, what. But sometimes people, even in court, they might feel like outside of court they might feel like Kia's innocent. But in court they have to ask hard questions.
Hard questions, yeah.
You understand? Not because they hate you, but because they have to prove beyond reasonable doubt.
Yeah, they wanna see.
Yes, they have to prove beyond reasonable doubt. So this guy's like, can you sell me anything? I'm like, it's like, okay. Another question. If I was to walk into a pub or a club or a venue, and I spoke to the owner of the venue on hey, this guy can bring in 60 people maybe in the next 2 weekends. Is that possible?
Would you be able to do that?
Do you have the numbers? Can you back it up? I was like, I'm not sure. So it's like, okay, so why are we even having this conversation? It looks like somebody hasn't done their work. Yes, there is talent. It's undeniable, but is that enough? Because I'll tell you now, even in Kuto, it's very rare that people are used to seeing you.
Yeah.
It's very rare that they'll want to pay to go look at your face. You understand?
That's a fact.
And that's not hate.
That's a fact.
These people see you, and they feel like they've known you.
We know her.
Yes.
Yeah.
They gain access, maybe.
Yeah.
When they come to buy Archer, they see me. They buy Archer from me sometimes. So, why would they want to pay? You understand? So, that is your job. That is like that. Your selling point needs to start there.
Definitely.
Again, people see people on TV, people see people on social media doing dope things. They want to pay to see those people. You understand? If you want to be those people, you need to start doing research along the lines of those people.
Based for those people.
Promoters are just businessmen who want to make money out of you the same way you want to make money out of them. So the question that should be asked is, before Reta Kwaya, promoter which for me, I'd be legitimized saying why Bangkwala Kon. Because I have earned the stripes to ask that kind of question. You understand? And not from an arrogant point, but from, okay guys, what is it that I have
talk
done
to
right?
me nice. Yeah,
you understand? Like what is like it. Honestly, what
let's
is it?
Let's talk about it.
But now you have nothing to put out. You have done nothing for the culture. You haven't gone the distance, and already you have complaints. You understand? So and this is what the industry usually does. It hotspots new people. You'll have people talking about things, sensitive things like Biola, and this person has never sent a CD to a radio station in their life. You'll have people talking about reporters, journalists, and this person doesn't have an article in their life. You understand? Because we take stories that are not ours and we make them ours so that it legitimizes our journey. You understand? So for me, I was fortunate enough to meet people that didn't basang. You know, I'd go into a studio and record, and this person would tell me like, TJ, with your kind of talent and the level that I know you can take to, this is a bad song. And I take that in that. Yes, I take that in that spirit. You're lucky if you get people to taste your food before they go to the market.
Exactly.
You understand? Not have people like say, what is this? You understand? I like people that tell it to me like it is.
Straight up.
You know? For the longest time I was so stubborn. I was doing house and I was like, yes, I can do house. But people kept saying, a lot of people kept saying, but now we feel like you can flourish here. And I was like, no, what to do? You know, yes, the dumb young in me, you know, the young one in me was saying, well, the energetic one, misguided energy. We call it misguided energy. Before I get it, I'm accused of calling people dumb. Because I said I'm dumb. I was dumb.
He's very clear on that.
You know?
Yeah, but I get you.
Until the era of Zamaya came, had I known then, I knew, but had I was open enough
in that
at that time, now I'd be, you know, but
I hear you. Like,
no
I really
regrets,
understand what you're saying. Yes, we had a topic about this just an episode ago, right, director? An episode ago, we were talking about the discipline and the way hip hop artists carry themselves. So being Kutong musical, being the arts and currents, we got attacked on that because we were talking about,
because you're famous for being spies.
No, the thing is that I feel like we call a spade, and we talk about that spade and the sharpness of that spade. But when people take it, buying as if like buying personally for more. So we had a topic about the behavior of artists and artists being able to carry themselves and their crafts at the same time. We did talk about that. We got backlash. So we got to a point where people starting to tell another person no, Majita shebile sona go atseng currents ba shebile this ba sheba that. So I understand. I really love the fact that TJ Omar was here himself to talk about it himself, because we can't be looking at the same thing one into A1 and then we can't address the issue. We are here to punya the base the issue you guys don't want to talk about it. We are here for that. But then coming to you, Mr. TJ, you wrote a beautiful letter, a beautiful love note to the hip hop heads out there, talking about the culture and the discipline within the culture. It was an open letter to Mirafong artists, and then he's gonna explain and what came about for such things and be able to combat such issues to the hip hop people. So what was that letter based on? And for those who haven't read it yet, just a few highlights.
Okay. The actual letter emanates from a conversation I had with a friend of mine, Salah Raf.
Yes.
Salah was really disheartened by him as a promoter, having met young hip hop artists that were, I don't know, for lack of a better word, that were complaining about how the game is treating them. And then he says, but a lot of them are not open to having open conversations about it. Instead, you end up getting disrespected by young kids.
Exactly.
You understand? As an OG. And he sent me a link to one of his posts. And I kid you not, I was baffled. I got the question myself. This guy asks me on a post about what I'm saying, and then I said, "Are you an artist?" And he says, "It depends."
It depends on what?
I don't know.
On what?
It depends. And these are the same people that want the community to embrace them. And look, growing up, hip hop was part of my come up. We had a conversation earlier with the director, and I told him when I started off, because there wasn't a lot of music around, there wasn't a lot of studios around. You were either in gospel or in quiet or hip hop.
Okay.
Back then,
back in the day.
you know, Afro pop was more live, so we didn't have access to your live instruments because they were expensive and hefty. And as a kid, you know, you'd go where kids would go. So hip hop was that route for me. Even in my primary school nickname until high school was Tupac.
Tupac Machiavelli.
You understand? Because that's my goat of all time.
Thank you for being TJ.
You know. So I started with Vukas Bali. I was a vocalist, and there was 2 rappers and me. You understand? It was a crew. Before Vukas Bali, obviously there were others. I was singing, I was being me. But a lot of the collabos I had was around hip hop. So I understand hip hop. I can even, you know, some of these people that are making these claims are probably out rap if I was to practice. You know, but the conversation is, you saying we have a problem. When we put the conversation on the table, what you bring is disrespect. So I said, because I care, and you can't say you care and not do anything
without showing that you care.
Yes, I wrote an open letter. I said, "Dear Mirafong hip hop artists," the statement is more of a question. Does the hip hop culture even exist in Carletonville, in Mirafong? Because right now, I can take everyone who's on that post or who's forever hashtagging anything hip hop in Mirafong. We can take a walk now and see if we'll see a single new graffiti
on the streets.
Anyway, even on a tin.
I did remember.
Even on a trash can somewhere. You understand? There's none.
And we used to have a lot of those mokas. Yes, I'm a 90s baby, so I really understand what you're talking about. I can really relate. Yeah, I can.
A year can come and go, and there's not a single sci-fi. There's not a single battle. There's not a single hip hop session. And now hip hoppers have become typing soldiers, where hip hop never needed a stage.
No.
Hip hop, the hip hop I know never needed a stage. This tennis court, volleyball court is a stage. Where we're standing is a stage.
I remember.
Rock up with a boom box We used to call
Everyone
them
was gonna
boomboxes.
go, yeah.
You understand? Right now there's Bluetooth speakers. That's even like life has progressed. You know, like basements under the bridge, like anywhere where there was a sport, hip hop found a spot.
Yeah, Liko, what's that place? Is it in
The school grounds.
Yeah, the school grounds and that place. Director, what's that place?
Which one?
It was a pub, baby. I used to
Club
remember
Montego.
Club Montego.
Yes,
Yeah, I used to remember
the building.
Yeah,
Dilapidated buildings.
Yes.
Hip hoppers used to find spots
Yeah.
anywhere, bro.
Yeah.
You know, wherever they can set up, because the thing is, we were like the genre that I'm in. I was lucky enough that other people created a safe space for me to explore. But with hip hop, especially in Merafong specifically as an area, we let the momentum die down.
Yeah.
It went too low down.
Yeah.
That bringing it up requires like excessive
It's a lot.
active action.
It's a lot.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, but now, when we have howlers and mongering, you understand? It's not gonna work. Like, look, even in the States, there was the West and the East, right? There was that beef, right?
Yeah.
But that beef was backed up by skill, resources, and culture. Now, this one is chicken, it's not beef, because there's nothing to back it up. There is nothing. Like, you look at someone makes a claim. I go straight into your profile on Facebook.
You look.
I find nothing. I find jokes, sexualization, like banter.
It's not even related.
There is nothing that says this person is any artist. Even if you are a sculptor, there's nothing.
You can't say anything.
There is nothing.
Yeah.
You understand?
Right,
So,
to get you.
what legitimizes this person's claims? And then, I swear to you, 80% of the people that came at me after that thing, or let's just say 80% of the hip hop industry in Merafong does not even know how to register for something. I swear, if
you're not lying.
Look,
You're not.
guys think because I can record on a mic and I have a DistroKid account, my grandmother can have a DistroKid account for speaking into the mic. You understand? It really frustrates me when young people who carry phones that have data for certain a what hub that I do not want to talk about can't spare 5 minutes to research about what they want to do.
That's very true.
To affiliate to these organizations that can teach them a lot about where they're headed. You understand? I have a video on my phone now. So it is celebrating 10 years of sci-fi. The video that the ad is a guy walking about a kilometer with graffiti on his right. The wall, like the entire wall, there's beautiful graffiti. The entire wall. This guy is talking about sci-fi. The entire wall is graffiti. What if let's say a famous rapper was to come to Kuchong, what would they walk away with?
Where would we place him in the first place?
What would they walk away with? And then there's the transition. You're a good rapper. Any guy that can put together like 16 lines that rhyme is a rapper. Apparently. Okay, that's fine. And then, how do you transition from being a battle rapper or a sci-fi rapper into being a hip-hop musician? Because when we battle, right, we say the most brutal, weirdest, nastiest things.
Yeah.
How do you move from that space to a space where your mother can listen to your song? To a space where the community can chant to your songs.
Exactly.
You understand? And then we're talking support. Maybe you are a PK, Do you picture your priest, reverend, or pastor of a
Listening
father
to it.
listening to a song with F's, shit?
Yes, this is it's like I wish you were there on that day. We were talking about that, and enough from man. Like personally, I'm not a hip hop head. I do listen to hip hop, but I'm not a hip hop head. I'm not one to dwell inside the hip hop things. But what I can see from states, hip hop is supposed to be a replica of things, right? It's supposed to be dilo tse leng gore di a etsagala, but then they generationally change. There is change. Change is allowed at the end of the day, and then you come to batho ba mokas. If hip hop for another week in America, it's Drake and whoever and Jay-Z. They bickering mo dipineng tsa bone and doing what, but then they can still have lunch tomorrow. But
It's a marketing strategy. That's why I say this is chicken, not beef, because there is no resource to back it up. There is no skill to back it up.
Yeah.
There is no culture to back it up. You understand? For the longest time, we had an AKA Casper beef, and
for a very long time.
yeah, and for them, I like the fact that they didn't want to kill each other.
They didn't. They didn't. They had the chance, all the chance in the world. They didn't.
They didn't want to kill each other because for them it was business, And then you have. I was telling Obakeng earlier that look, not all of us can afford to go do music theory at varsity level.
Yeah.
But we all have the internet. Do research. Find out who you aspire to be like. How did they? What was their come up like? How was their lifestyle? Watch documentaries of people that you admire. You understand? Package yourself within that sphere. Then you unlike. Okay, being different does pay sometimes, but not every time when the world goes that way, you want to go that way. And then you want the same people that went that way to understand. You want them to understand there, and they're all there. You understand? And then you call it hate. You translate it to hate. Hip hop needs to create, in metaphor, needs to create a community, a hip hop community. Because back dinako tsele tsa bo card. Bruh, like as young as we were, some would come to look for chicks at sessions. Well, I came for the music because I was that crazy about it. I would come, listen to the dopest MCs doing their things. Now, people are dope because they say they're dope. We can't even. And we have to. You are even scared to say, but maybe you're not.
Don't do that. Being opinionated in this industry, it'll get you killed.
No, you're good because you think you're good, and we owe. Apparently, we owe you the same mindset. I have a couple of fades, which I can't say. I have a couple of fades locally, young boys that I see that I was fortunate to hang around, live in Elijah for a year or so. I got to hang around the Freestyle Friday kids. Those kids, like they were really doing something for the culture. They kept getting knocked down, but every once in a while, when I peep, I see that there's still there is a push. There is a push. And at the time, I was going through a lot of my own personal stuff, so I couldn't contribute anything to that movement. And there's a few other kids that really, when you look at what they're doing and how they move,
inspiring.
And guys, lean is not a hip hop tool. Lean is not a hip hop tool. Lean is a drug. Please stop making it look like a hip hop tool. Lean is not a hip hop tool.
It's not.
It actually slows you down.
It's like I do understand in the hip hop culture there's I don't really wanna say it, but the way they dress.
Yes.
The way they carry themselves.
The sweat.
I've never. I knew Horilini I heard Horilini, it was a thing. I saw bullying being a thing.
You are in a space where you want endorsements, you want deals,
Sponsors.
you want sponsors, you want support. Do you think
Who's gonna sponsor you?
you think your mother would want to see you getting high on cough mixture?
Or smoking weed, like normalizing smoking weed on camera, like it's okay.
You know.